Good morning and welcome to the Portland Expo and Freeport's Educational Channel 14's coverage of Freeport Girls basketball. All the players for the Falcons being introduced as we're about to start this monumentous playoff game with number 3 seeded Freeport hosting number 6 Wells. The boys played the same opponent, a different seeding, but Freeport falling in that one, a tough loss, losing eventually by 7 points. This afternoon or this morning as we start here at AM start. The Falcons back in the playoffs here at the Expo, first time in a few years, and looking to change their fate from that ill-fated game against Lake Region back 3 years ago. This is a very senior-laden team and has a lot of options to go to, and they've been good all season long. I'd like to introduce my team here. Matt Greer joining me this morning, and Ben Barry on the camera. I'm Jay Harper. And Matt, as you look at this matchup, you saw the game earlier in the year where Freeport won. What's your thoughts going into this game?
Well, you mentioned the senior leadership earlier. I think that they've been building towards this for the last few years, and they've shown a lot of determination on the defensive end. And I'm looking for a pretty tightly contested game. I know Wells played a pretty scrappy game last time, and Freeport managed to pull away in the second half for the win. So, yeah, I'm glad to be back. Thanks for having me. I know it's been a few years since we've done a game together, and I'm looking forward to it.
We try to bring out the high-powered stuff once our teams make the playoffs, so it's nice to be here for 2 games and hopefully more if the girls can continue this run. But the boys game the other day, an exciting, tough loss for the Falcons. The girls, again, 2 excellent coaches, too. I coached girls at Freeport for 7 years. I did the varsity, coach against Don Abbott Wells for a number of years. He's a great coach. He's a tactician out there, and he always comes up with something. So having to play them a second time around will be a different scenario for Coach Mike Hart, who's also an outstanding coach, coached at Freiburg, and here he's doing a beautiful job with Freeport. But he knows he's going to face a different team. They're going to come up with something a little different. And the Falcons, looking at their starters, again, very senior-laden, and then Caroline Smith, their leader, pretty much on the floor in all kinds of categories. She's the sophomore, and she needs to have a good game. Starters for Freeport will be senior number 10, Jessie Driscoll. She'll be joined by another senior, Taylor Rinaldi. Rinaldi wears number 14. Carolyn Smith, the sophomore, as we mentioned her. Alex Goodman, she wears 22. She's a 5'9" shooting guard. And then Joanna Bogue Marlowe will join them, another senior, a 5'6" guard. And again, the 6th seed Wells, 10-8. Falcons come in 14-4. And they earned the 3 seed. They were in the 1 spot for a while, but unfortunately couldn't hold on to that. But certainly they're still in a good place. If they can run the table, they would face Grady Gloucester in the finals. If those 2 teams prevail, they'll have the winner of the Poland game next, which they ended up jumping Freeport and getting the 2 seed. Freeport beat Wells, as we said, a couple of weeks ago, 60-41. Close game at half. It was 27-23, and Freeport pulled away in the second half. We're ready for an AM tip-off. Jay Harper along with Matt Greer and Freeport Falcon playoff basketball. Wells controls. Franny Ramsdell, she had 27 against Freeport in that prior matchup. She wears number 15, only a sophomore.
Yeah, that first half that I saw, she definitely carried the team for most of the game. It's over 50% of their scoring. So,
shot blocked, 3-ball open, no good. Again, Wells with the offensive rebound and the putback, up and in. That's Tufts, and it's tough to see numbers of Wells with the dark uniforms. I'm having a hard time seeing some of those down there. Wells in a zone defense. Alliance Smith, leader in assists.
It's an interesting thought. A team that is good at shooting threes as Freeport is, you don't want to force them to shoot threes.
Well, that's the thing too, is though the quickness of Freeport, if they have an off shooting night, that could be the difference. Turnover to start for the Falcons. Wells up 2-0, have the basketball, working against Freeport's man-to-man, a traveling call.
All in all, Freeport did a pretty good job not turning the ball over this year. You know, I think I saw a couple girls might have had one a game, which is part of the reason for their success, I would imagine.
Bogue Marlowe thinks about it. Now she'll launch off the mark. Rebound, though, comes to Rinaldi. Rinaldi goes in the paint, loses it. Loose on the floor, and they're going to call a foul on Freeport. Freeport with their full court pressure. They've done a great job of that this year. Dangerous pass, but Smith can't get to it in time. Freeport staying man-to-man right now. Just underway, 6:15 to play. 2-0, Wells with the lead and the basketball. Inside, they look overthrown. Driscoll comes back the other way. Good move. Powers up. Got it. Great job going end to end for Driscoll. Wells breaks pressure. No, they called traveling. Tough call there. Anya Chase, call for the step. She was on the move when she caught it. Didn't put the ball down quick enough, the referee decides.
I think the quick turnovers and the transition game is going to be big for Freeport, especially if Wells is packing in a 2-3 zone.
Really, they got to make their offense happen. Nice pass to the corner, shot, got it. Cormier into the lineup and into the scorebook as she catches and shoots just after entering the contest for Bogue Marlowe.
Wasting no time.
4-2, Freeport with the advantage. Trap out on top, and they'll call hands in the side on Cormier, so she's quickly in the books, scoring and fouling. She's making her presence felt right away. Cormier, another senior for the Falcons, and she's their size inside, and going to try to match up.
One of the team leaders in blocks this year.
One thing about Coach Hart's teams, they play good defense, and just as we say that, an easy pass missed, 2 layups missed, third one not going to be missed. I believe that was Tufts on the other side. Goodman looks in the middle for Cormier. Cormier, nice pass underneath.
Oh, nice.
Oh, beautiful to Driscoll. Cormier, a bucket, an assist, and a foul. She's played about 30 seconds. That's some production. Goodman off the steal, no good, long rebound. Battled around. Rinaldi goes in. She gets hit. And they'll call a foul on the backside. It'll be on Ramsdell.
One of the things Freeport's done really well this year is the ball movement, and I think that, again, is going to be key to breaking this zone. You saw that fall apart pretty fast when they had those 3 quick passes. And
Smith can't handle it. It's on the floor, loose. Falcons will have to hold on. They have the arrow in their favor as Cormier ties it up. Pretty good crowd on hand as we start this morning. Again, a 10 a.m. start, the first game of the day. 4 games here in Class. Fortunate bounce for the Falcons as they get the loose ball back. Goodman thinks about it, doesn't take it. Her and Smith have yet to shoot. They're their leaders in the scoring department. Smith comes off, good ball fake. Smith loves her ball fake. She catches and ball fakes almost every single time she catches the ball. It's amazing that teams that play her all the time should know that and not go for it, but she gets them to move almost every single time. Another foul committed by the Warriors. Freeport Girls trying to avenge the loss of the boys. We'll go inside to Cormier. Cormier forces it down in. It's tipped. Another tie-up. Driscoll tied up on the floor by Schneider.
A lot of jump balls.
Another high arcing pass, dangerous, but Wells able to clear it. They still have a lot of work to get over the half-court line. And a timeout called by Abbott. No, 10 seconds.
Foss just couldn't get it up.
Coach Abbott pointing to the referee saying that was 8 seconds. He's still talking about it, but I knew they were getting dangerously close, and I thought when the whistle came too, I have to agree with Abbott that I didn't think it was 10 seconds. I thought he was calling a timeout. Again, they keep struggling to get the ball in, but they get it in. Cormier got it! The lob pass from the out-of-bounds play by Smith. And Cormier having a great first quarter here off the bench.
I think her length is going to be a problem here because they're just tossing it right up over the top, and there's not much that Wells can do about it.
Well, Schneider matches her for size, but a great job by Megan to use her body to shield off the player, and a perfectly thrown ball by Smith on the out-of-bounds. And she completes the three-point play. 9-4, Falcons up. 4:05 to play here in the first quarter. They break down the defense. Good job by Ramsdale there. Kicks in the corner. 3 ball. Got it! And that's Mackenzie Foss. Rinaldi will try to answer. Comes up short. Long rebound controlled by Wells. And a little reach foul. They're going to call it. Smith reached in. And those are the fouls you don't want to commit. 9-7. As Wells with a big answer. It was a great job by Ramsdale. She got Smith up in the air on her ball fake and then dribbled the length of the floor, found Foss in the corner, and Foss tickled the twine. Again, good pressure. Smith's got to be careful, no fouls. Wells gets it over. They go inside all by herself. Schneider. And we're tied at 9. Goodman's going to take it. Rattles in and out. Freeport goes right to full court pressure. They're so good at that. Let's see if they can get a turnover. Almost there. Goodman had a chance. Now it's loose. They got it. Here comes Rinaldi leading the break. A 3-on-1. Goes across beautifully for Driscoll. Rinaldi to Driscoll. I think that's what you said, Matt. Really, the full court pressure has got to be the answer here. Another steal. Driscoll will try to go again. Gets a body contact. No foul called. And now they call over the back.
And, you know, Wells closed that gap a little bit, and it caused Freeport to just throw up a couple threes, and they lost their patience on offense. So they're, you know, the transition stuff is great, but you don't want to just settle for a three just because, you know, it's there. You know, they got to keep moving the ball and play their game.
Gould checks in for Freeport. Good pressure again. Freeport doing a good job at this. They're really causing, a nice pass is thrown across the body. Now they got numbers. Freeport challenges, loose ball on the floor.
Katrina Gould has been a firecracker on the defensive end.
Wells crowd wanted to travel. They don't get it. Freeport able to come away with the loose ball. Up 2 in the basketball. Gould goes inside, finds Cormier. She's going to take it.
She's feeling it.
Megan Cormier having a great first quarter here for the Falcons. Again, nice job on the going coast to coast. Cormier with a block. Armando doing a great job at breaking pressure, but Cormier's having none of it. She has her first miss. Driscoll the rebound. Sets up Smith. Smith, a high bounce.
Ooh.
Cormier almost a loose ball. It's touched. She keeps it on her team. Megan Cormier. Playing great defense out there, too. She's been really good in the press up front, really harassing the ball handlers for Wells. Falcons up 4, 13-9, and we're down to 1:41 to play in the opening quarter.
It's probably a little too early to say, but it seems like some of the senior leadership here is definitely taking over, and some of Wells' youth might be showing a little bit as well.
Foss gets it up quickly. And now she gets it back. Foss dribbling on top, being covered by Goodman. Durfee in there for Coach Abbott and the Warriors, number 23. Nice drive by Foss, no good. Smith the rebound. A late whistle, but they get the correct call as
A little bit
Smith
of a hip
was
check.
taken down, yeah. And that'll be on number 21, Delana O'Brien. Schneider checks back in and gives Ramsdale a break. Smith will also check out. Both coaches using the strategy of getting their star players out at the end of a quarter, get them that break into the quarter. And now Taylor Dostie will also come in, replacing Driscoll, another senior. 13-9, Goodman trots it up the floor. Wells still in their zone. Gould dribbles around. Goodman has yet to shoot. She shot one shot, has not scored. Here we go. Got it. 3 ball, bang.
Deep two. She just had her foot over the
Foot
line.
on the line.
Yeah.
Oh, long, dangerous pass, but Freeport not able to get there. Nice move inside. Pretty shot by O'Brien. Gould drives the zone, kicks out for Cormier. Cormier in the corner, Bogue Marlowe. No. And the rebound collected by Foss. Foss will run the floor. 1-on-2, which goes right in. That's offensive. Yes.
Now, is that Katrina that drew that? Gould?
I think
Okay.
so. It was
I
either
thought-
Gould or Bogue Marlowe. But the point was the player hadn't set their feet, but the offensive Foss went so hard into her without, I mean, you still have to have your space. And the Wells fans wanted the blocking foul, but that was clearly a charge. She pounded right into her.
Elbows high, too.
Yeah. 15 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Freeport looking for a good last shot. Bogue Marlowe gets it out. Goodman thinks about it, dribbles in, double team. Bogue Marlowe again. Got this one.
Another two-pointer.
Another 2-pointer. We're getting some deep twos just inside the 3, but Coach Hart and the Falcons will take that after a quarter of play here in Portland. Freeport 17, Wells 11. And we'll get a look in on Freeport's cheerleaders as they get to the big dance for a second time. They were here on Saturday. They come back. Some extended cheering opportunities for the Falcons. And we look straight across at the Freeport contingent is opposite of us. So you can see that pretty good crowds turned out now as the game is more in progress or further in progress. But I got to say, the surprise to me in this first quarter was the play of Megan Cormier. I mean, she was a difference maker right as she came in. She hit a bucket, she committed a foul, and then she had a beautiful assist underneath. I mean, and she's had 5 points so far in the quarter and really playing an all-around game. Good defense, blocked a
Absolutely.
shot.
Yeah, hit the floor for a jump ball. Wells has 5 fouls and Freeport has 4, so that might come into play here as far as the 1-and-1 of the bonus, especially if they keep up their full court pressure.
Smith comes back in. As we noted, she got her little rest at the end of the quarter and through the break. They'll come back with their starting 5 with the Falcons. And Cormier gets a break. Freeport's basketball on the possession. They lead by 6. Let's see if Wells decides to change anything up on defense. They do not. Smith only had 5 against Wells the last time they played, and so far no points for her. They would love to see her get going on offense as well. She tries to drive the zone, has to kick it out. Rinaldi, that's a 3 ball. Rattles in and out. Loose ball. Goodman with the rebound underneath. Fires it back out on top. Bogue Marlowe comes up short. Great rebound by Driscoll. Driscoll goes up. No. Rinaldi. No. Wow, great rebounding, but nothing would fall for the Falcons. Back the other way comes Ramsdell. Ramsdell.
There we go. Joanna with the
one
charge.
side goes nuts. The other side jumps up screaming, "What are you thinking?" And that on Ramsdell.
That's her second personal.
She had 27 last time against the Falcons and really kept them in. Right now, not having the great start to this game. Tough pass inside. Driscoll does a nice job to handle it, but then gets blocked. Ramsdell with a steal. Pulls up this time, doesn't challenge the defense. Smart move. We don't see enough of that in high school basketball. The pull-up jumper has gone away. Everyone tries to take it to the rack and take on the defender. Sometimes the defenders pull up, take the nice little shot. As Ramsdell hit the 12-footer there beautifully.
Looks like they've switched their zone around a little bit where they have 3 up top. Oh,
yeah,
maybe not.
Becoming a trap a little bit. Yeah, 1-3-1. That's what they're doing. They've gone to a 1-3-1 zone instead of the 2-3. Oh, and Driscoll was wide open, but Caroline Smith threw it about 10 feet too high. Still a close game, 17-13. 6:41 here to play in the second quarter. You're watching Freeport's Educational Channel 14 playoff basketball. Good pressure right there. And again, trying to get out of there, Amando, the freshman, number 4. She's only a freshman. And now Foss, last second, and they just get it over, and then loose on the floor. We're going to get us another jump ball. Foss and Amando both a little out of control there, but luckily the possession arrow in their favor. They'll keep the ball. Down 4. Oh, beautiful move, but maybe too good. She took a step. Schneider called for the traveling, and Freeport avoids a basket inside the paint.
A 4-point game here seems a little bit closer than the play would dictate, but I mean, Freeport keeps missing, second and third opportunity layups, and that's kind of been the key so far.
Almost a travel there. Not called. Rinaldi will try one. No good. Rebound. Goodman. No good. Smith tied up from behind by Schneider, but it'll be Freeport's ball. And Cormier now checks back in, giving Rinaldi a break. Yeah, Freeport definitely had the better shots, the better play, but yeah, they're not converting some of these putbacks, but they have been contested, I will say that. They're not easy putbacks. There's bodies and arms all over the place. Smith trying to look for a backdoor cut, doesn't get it. Goes back for Bogue Marlowe. Covered out on top by Armando. Now Goodman drives. Driscoll. Nice wheel there. They get Bogue Marlowe and a push in the back.
Cormier's back in the game and opens it up with a good pass.
Exactly. And little surprise there. They're calling it a 1-and-1 situation, not a shooting. She got pushed as she was trying to shoot. Timeout on the floor by Freeport as Coach Hart wants to talk things over. 17-13, 5:32 to play. Ben Berry on the camera this morning. Jay Harper along with Matt Greer as, again, so far a pretty good basketball game. Not too many turnovers. Both teams, some different players stepping up for each team. Cormier has been the big star so far for the Falcons. And on the other side, we've seen Foss really play well for Wells. Ramsdell not getting her game completely going yet, but she just had a pull-up jumper that may spark her.
Haven't seen a lot from Caroline Smith yet. I'm anticipating that she'll start getting in the rhythm here, hopefully.
So 1-1 for Bogue Marlowe. Big free throws here.
Hasn't shot a lot of free throws this season.
Does not get it. So the front end miss, that's big. Wells boys team kept Freeport in the game and almost lost the game because of their poor free throw shooting. They shot at 47% for the game. And there's Foss trying to bomb, doesn't get it. Long rebound to Driscoll. Goes back to Smith. And the sophomore will bring it up. Goes for Cormier. Cormier going to the middle of the zone. Goodman, good ball movement. Smith pulls back, gets the 5-second count to stop, reset. Bogue Marlowe now looks, goes for Smith. Goodman. Inside, Driscoll. Freeport really struggling right now, then forces a pass in, stolen away. That's Foss. Smith, good defense to push her outside the paint, and Foss will reset the offense. Foss, a junior. Ball loose. Falcons have it. They get it up to Bogue Marlowe. Smith off to the side. Let's see if she'll go in the paint, take a shot. She gets tied up, and they're going to call a hold. Might be on Schneider, but that'll put the sophomore Smith at the free throw line. Good free throw shooter.
Leads the team in attempts and makes.
It looked like they were giving her two. That one I would have thought was on the floor, but I didn't see.
No, they said another 1-and-1.
They didn't have their 1-on-1 hands up, so I was a little confused, and no one seemed ready to move. Driscoll almost the loose ball rebound off her leg. Wells will keep possession. 18-13. Not a lot of scoring here in the second quarter, as we had a high-scoring first quarter, but not much happening here in the second. Long pass, good move. Foss again. She's tough. Foss, the junior, can use the left or the right hand, and that was a good move to her, I believe, her opposite hand. She's a natural lefty. 18-15. Wells went to the 1-3-1 zone for only one possession. They're back in their 2-3. Freeport not getting the same shot. Schneider comes across, blocks Driscoll's shot, and the crowd loves it down here.
Still Freeport ball.
The block shot has become making somebody fall down. It become the signature plays in all of basketball. Tough hook shot tried by Goodman. Comes up with air, and now Wells will counter with a chance to tie. Good pressure out on top. Goodman and Cormier. Stolen by Bogue Marlowe.
She stepped on the line.
Nice play by Joanna, but just had a foot on the out-of-bounds sideline, and it'll stay with Wells. Chase will inbound for Wells. Nice pass in for Schneider. She'll get the bucket and the foul. She didn't hesitate. She caught it, went right up. Smith reached in. That's a second on Smith. We're tied at 18. Schneider, the senior. I feel like Smith and Goodman got to get themselves in shooting positions. Here's Goodman. The chance to take it. Doesn't take it. Wells crowd getting boisterous as they're feeling the energy. 18-18. Momentum on their side now. Long cross-court pass. Bogue Marlowe tries it. Doesn't get it. Good rebound inside. And they get it off for Foss. Nice block in there again. Cormier. Smith comes back. Falcons only scored 1 point here in the quarter. They're going for Driscoll. Driscoll goes around, gets hit, no call. Loose ball, she fights for it. Good job by Driscoll. She's still scrapping.
Her momentum carried her away from the shot, and she immediately hit the ground and dove back in.
It felt like she got hit on the shot. The referees let some pretty hard contact on a shooter where they've been calling it fairly close. Bogue Marlowe gets a break. Rinaldi checks in for her. Armando off for Ramsdale. Ramsdale back in. Speeds it up the court. Gets it off for Foss. Foss is so good with both hands. I can't tell if she's a natural lefty or righty. Great backdoor pass. Ramsdale. Goodman lost her player. Wells has the lead. 18. Driscoll open but doesn't take it. Finds Smith finally. Smith got it.
Another deep two. Foot on the line.
Oh my. How many times can you be that close to step on the line? That's kind of Freeport's fault there. I mean, as a shooter, you really want to make sure you got to make the shot. I get that part, but if you're that close to the three-point line, you should be setting yourself. That's 3 now where they must have just barely been over.
Yeah, take a look down.
Yeah. Those are 3 long twos that the Falcons have had. They could have another 3 points on the board just by a matter of a tip of a sneaker. We're tied at 20. Freeport's gone to a zone, it looks like, here now. Mixed up their defense. We're down under a minute to play in the first half. This game is tied at 20. The 3 and the 6 seed. Ooh, could have been a foul there, and then we got a tie up. No foul there. It'll be Freeport's ball on the arrow. They've let a couple go on the shot. That certainly could have drawn a whistle and a foul. But Driscoll's asking the same question on her shot just a moment ago. Goodman now for Smith. Smith just made her first attempt. And her pass is tipped, stolen. She can't afford a third foul. She's still contested. Oh, nice putback by Armando, the freshman. Rebound and a putback. You got to shoot. Oh. Pulls up, comes up short, loose, and we're going to get a push from behind. That'll only be the 6 team fouls, but Wells will have still 13 seconds here, up 2. Let's see if they're taking Smith out. No, it's Rinaldi coming out.
That's her 3rd foul now, so.
And Smith has 2. She's got to be careful here in this final 13. Looking for that cutter across the middle. They don't get it. Foss, again, she's played the big first half for Wells. She drives. And they're going to call a foul. And again, she was going up with the left hand that time, so we'll watch the free throw. Here's where we'll tell which hand is she. But that's a compliment. That shows you how good that Foss is she's been able to use the right or left hand equally well, and it's been hard to tell. Now it looks like she's setting up to shoot right-handed. So natural righty, but certainly she's had a couple of nice lefty moves and shot with the left hand that looked so natural. I thought she was a lefty. 0.9 seconds left in the half. Freeport will have to catch, pass, and throw a bomb if it's no good. And they're not going to get a chance. Well, we played a half in Portland. Last time these two teams met, Freeport had a 4-point lead before they pulled away in the third. Freeport and Coach Hart hoping the same here this morning because they're down 2 as we head to the locker room. Wells 22, Freeport 20. We'll take a break. Back with our second half here in just a moment. Welcome back to Portland in the Expo building as the Lady Falcons get set for second half action, trailing 22-20 to the number 6 seeded Wells Warriors. And again, really had a feeling that Coach Abbott and the Warriors would come with a little bit of different plan, and they used the zone to make Freeport shoot the 3, and Freeport not shooting it great from outside, and 3 of them we thought were 3s were just inside the 3-point line, so 3 points lost there. But Wells playing a good basketball game, and they're feisty. They've stayed around.
Yeah, absolutely. I took the opportunity at halftime to go talk to some of our prestigious Freeport teachers, you know, Deb Draper, Charlie Anderson, and they were talking about the zone being key too. Charlie's saying they got to do a little dribble drive penetration and then kick it out and then get a couple skip passes. But you know, Deb was saying they got to figure out the zone if they want to have success and pull away in the second half here, and I couldn't agree more.
That, and I think their press has to do a little more. When their press was working, things were going quite well for the Falcons. That's when they built their biggest lead. They led by as many as 8 at one point, and now down 2 as we start the second half, and Wells has the basketball. Smith with a steal right away. Nice job. The sophomore rips it away. She had only 2 points in the first half on just 1 shot. Dostie in the lineup to start the second half. Nice inside pass, but the miss. Driscoll couldn't put it home. She's fighting for the loose ball, comes out, goes down hard, back up. Smith for Goodman. Goodman tries, got it!
Toe on the line.
Again, a long 2, but the Falcons have knotted it at 22. Here's that full court pressure. Goodman the key in the middle there. If she can take away the middle pass, but Foss, again, a good job bringing it up. She was the key for Wells. I thought Foss, her overall play was just terrific in the first half. She had 6 points unofficially and really did a lot of good things, except at the end missing 2 free throws. And a 3. Ramsdale, again, they left her alone. She buries it, and she was behind the line. Smith, that is a 3, no good. Dostie fights for the rebound, gets it in trouble, trying to get it out. Still on the floor, and taken out of there, and they're going to call a foul on Dostie. Boy, she got pushed around and knocked around, and no foul, but then when she tried to recover, she gets the whistle. 25-22, just underway here in the second half. Jay Harper, Matt Greer, and Ben Berry on the camera. Again, hoping for a different result. The boys lost a tough one to Wells just a couple of days ago. Ironic how the 2 teams have the same opponents, and they both played just a few weeks ago, where Freeport won both those games. Wells trying to reverse it here when it matters most. Interesting decision by Coach Hart to bring Dostie in to start the second half. Let's see if she can pay dividends. Cormier had the great first half for the Falcons with 7 points, a couple of blocks. Oh, Goodman's heating up. That's a 3-ball. Bang! And we're tied at 25.
She backed up to make sure there.
Smith the steal. They got numbers. Smith goes in, up, and she's going to get to the free throw line. Nice move by Smith to move away from the contact and tried the scoop up underneath. And again, Caroline Smith to the line to shoot 2. So 2 players that we really felt needed to step up their games in the second half. Goodman, right away, she's done it, and now Smith. And Smith, again, needs to assert herself on offense and defense. Nice steal there. She makes them both. 73% shooter from the free throw line on the season. Caroline Smith averages 12 points per game. She now has 4. Nice trap out on top. Falcons have the Warriors in trouble. And a timeout by Coach Abbott. A good one there because Smith was coming for the steal on that pass. So a brisk start to the second half. As we started this game, we had a lot of scoring in that first quarter. The second quarter, not a whole lot, especially Freeport. Only 3 points in the second quarter. And Falcons have come out now, and they've scored 7 points here in less than 3 minutes. So it's been pretty impressive. Goodman with a couple of long balls, and Smith 2 free throws. And certainly Falcons needed to get the offense going, and they've done that so far.
Yeah, I think they have to really focus on kind of maintaining that intensity and obviously keep scoring and keep playing defense. But, you know, that's kind of obvious.
And I like, too, that they full court pressure, and then when they got over the half court line, they did a trap way up top inside that zone, and that created Wells to have to use a timeout. And Freeport's mixing their defense a little bit. Coach Hart, he can do a lot with these girls. I've been amazed the last couple of years watching the Freeport Girls team play and the amount of defenses that they can play and how they can press right after a missed shot. They can get in their press as the other team rebounds and starts to try to come up the floor. And that's tough to do. And the Lady Falcons do it as good as anybody I've seen. Lake Region used to be the master at that.
Yeah, it's definitely athleticism and intelligence and coaching. I think that's...
Yes, absolutely. Ramsdale gets it in. And now Foss with a nice pass underneath for Schneider. Schneider partially blocked. Oh, no, they say it wasn't blocked. They say no. And it did look like Dostie got a piece of it. Freeport will take it.
I think she might have tapped it, and then the Wells girl might have pushed it on the follow-through.
Smith drives in, kicks. Dostie back around for Goodman. Goodman has 2 long shots here in the third quarter. A 3 and a 2. Wells has picked up their zone defense. Goodman open inside the 3, but takes it, makes it. She now has 7 points here in the third quarter. A huge boost. The senior transfer, Allie Goodman, their leading scorer, averaging 13 points per game. 3 back on the other side, wide open bomb, no good. The long rebound, Dostie has it. She looks up the floor, being closely guarded. Chase backs off, and now Smith comes in. Smith sets the offense. Goodman inside for Driscoll. Driscoll double team. She's got to kick it back out quicker, and she's going to lose it in there. Triple team. Once she gets the double, she's got to kick it right back out. And that's like you were saying that Mr. Anderson was saying, you know, get that drive in and then kick it back out. Or if the ball goes in, they double you, back out to the one to pass it to you.
Somebody's got to be open.
Foss with it on top, back for Ramsdale. Ramsdale's going to try to drive. Freeport, too, has opted for the zone here. It's been a little more effective. Another block. Oh, that's a very questionable call.
Because
let's see who they call it on. It might not be on Cormier. It might be on Goodman. Yeah, it's on Goodman. And again, that's how referees cover themselves. If they make a mistake, they call it on the other person. Wait, that was a clean block, so obviously it's not you. And they can do that after they made the whistle there. We're calling it on the blocker, but then they say, oh, that other person pushed him. Very fortuitous roll there. And the second one does not roll, but there's a rebound inside. Chase takes it away. Wells, 1 free throw made. It's 29-26, but they still have the basketball. Freeport going back to their man-to-man. Long 3 from the corner, no good. And this time the rebound, Driscoll. Smith will bring it up. Smith goes in, takes it, yes!
Despite the contact, tough shot.
Tough shot, and love the fact she asserted herself. Forced it inside and took the shot. Falcons need Smith to bring her offense. Oh, almost a dangerous travel there, but just able to get rid of the pass. Inside, zip pass. Wow, tough, great job at getting the ball back. My goodness, great hustle by Schneider. Oh, that's gonna be a 3 and a foul on Dostie. 3 free throws coming for Foss. She turned into her and, you know, going to box out, but you can't be too aggressive on that box out, especially on a 3-point shot, because most referees want that 3-point shooter to be protected through that, and they don't figure they're going to get their own rebound from 25 feet out.
Right.
Foss is starting to find the range from the free throw line. Maybe I jinxed her a little. Armando comes back in along with O'Brien. Again, Wells fighting on the loose balls. They are not giving up on the boards. They are scrapping. And Freeport keeps it, but they lose the possession arrow. And again, that's just great hustle by Wells, and Freeport's got to be more aware that they're coming around from behind. Goodman working on the freshman Amando. Finds Smith. Dosty inside, tripled, back out. Goodman, that time short. Good box out there, though, by the freshman. She's going to try to run the length of the floor, and a little touch foul. Oh, no, on Ronaldo, and Ronaldi, and that'll be her fourth foul. That's a big blow.
That's a pretty touchy foul, to say the least.
Again, though, I try to tell players who have the three or they're in foul trouble, that's where you just keep your distance just enough. You stay away from those, because it didn't do anything. It was 25, 30 feet from the basket.
Absolutely.
Smith working on Foss. Foss, again, nice drive in there. Loose ball. Cormier gets it to Smith. Smith with Goodman. She's going to go in the paint, fakes, goes up. Oh, comes up short. Goodman, the rebound, though. Triple teamed. And they'll call a grab foul on Foss. I believe it's on her. Again, Smith doing a good job getting in there. Nice fake, but couldn't convert. 31-27, 2:35 to play in the third quarter. So we're going to reset now after a double hit. They're not going to let the Wells player into the lineup yet. You don't see that too often, the horn blowing inadvertently the first time and then happening again. Gould in the lineup for Rinaldi. Goodman sets her feet, no good. Smith trying to rebound, great job by Foss, using her body to box out. Now they're blocked for Cormier. She has a loose ball, but again, Wells all over the ball.
Ooh. They're calling a foul on Wells here.
Well, some of those aggressive plays inside have certainly, come with some contact, and they haven't called them. That time there, Freeport very fortunate. Megan Cormier checks out again. A handful of blocks now. She has been terrific for the Falcons. They might be her play down the stretch. Goodman, Driscoll, Dosty, Smith, and Gould out there for the Falcons. Amando, the freshman, finally strips it. Oh, and they're going to call a reach on Goodman. Oh, that's some scrappy play right there. Mallory Amando, a 5'6" freshman guard. Timeout on the floor called by the Falcons.
5 fouls already.
Yeah, and there's a lot of these touchy fouls, but both teams are being pretty aggressive, so, those are going to get called. Both scrapping and going after the loose balls, but we've had a much better quarter, the Falcons. Offensively, you got your two star players, your two leading scorers, I should say, getting points, which is always a good sign. And Goodman and Smith not afraid to take the shot now. And I'm sure Coach Hart at halftime said, girls, you got to shoot. Sometimes there's players like that have to be told to shoot, reminded to shoot, even forced to shoot. And it doesn't happen often, but there are players who are just so cautious and don't want to be that person. And then there's others who don't mind being the person and taking the shots. But your two leading scorers who've carried you most of the year, Rinaldi the other one, unfortunately she's in foul trouble now. But Smith and Goodman having a much better quarter offensively.
And you got to feel for Rinaldi, it's her senior year and she gets to the playoffs, and every time that she goes in there, whether it's a good foul or not, they're just really quickly accumulated.
Tipped by Smith. Tufts picks it up. Covered by Dawson. Nice pass inside. Schneider had good outside position. Driscoll lost her. And it's a 2-point ball game. 31-29. Gould's got room to drive and doesn't do it. There was no one on the other side. She had just one player. If she drove, she could have got to the paint. Did not travel, thought about it. Freeport staying patient, which is good. And now we're going to get another little reach foul. So it happens sometimes with 3 officials too, I find. They call too much. There's too many of them out there. The chances that one person sees a touch is much greater with 3 as opposed to 2. But we don't ever see 2 officials much anymore, even during the regular season. Wide open, Driscoll. Got it! Nice pass from Dosty. 33-29, 55 seconds left in the quarter, and tipped by Driscoll. Ramsdale couldn't contain it after it was tipped. Bogue Marlowe will check in for Gould. Falcons struggling to get it in. It's too late. Oh, there it is. And that's unfortunate. You get a nice turnover. You got a chance to take some momentum going into the locker room, and then you can't get the ball in. To me, that struggling to get the ball in sometimes just blows my mind. Players don't know how to use their body to again, ward off the player and ask for the ball over the top. Right now,
you got to have that clock in your head too as the inbounder.
Still plenty of time in the quarter, 40 seconds. Pass, Aaron, tipped. Oh my, right there. Chase just knocked Dosty off, got away with a push. A nice drive, inside, won't go down. Still loose. Wells is scrapping.
There's a lot going on. Wells fans are asking their officials to call a foul,
yeah,
which is surprising. It's been quite a few.
We're down to 10 seconds. Great backdoor cut, and they're going to finish this quarter like they did the other one. Again, Freeport falling asleep on defense. Got time. Smith doesn't see the clock. She gets it off. We've played 3 quarters in Portland. The number 3 seed, Freeport Falcons, lead the number 6 Wells Warriors 33-31 as we have our final 8 minutes of play in a very well-played basketball game. And if you're Wells, you got to love the fact, because last time you played, you got beat up in the 3rd quarter and you fell behind and the game was got out of hand. Today, they were leading at the half, but a 4-point swing, but they're only down 2. So certainly in great position, and Freeport with Rinaldi in foul trouble, a little bit of a problem for them. It'll be interesting to see when Coach Hart will bring Rinaldi back into the lineup. You probably got to wait till about the 4 or 5 minute mark, depending on the game. If Freeport's doing well, that affords you to leave her out longer. But 5 or 4 minutes, if this game is still close, you got to bring her out there and hope she can stay out of foul trouble.
Absolutely, and you know, I mean, I think that last foul as a senior, hopefully it'll be a wise foul if she has to commit it. You know, that she knows enough to, you know, not foul 25 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, be real careful. You got to stay out of the fray, and sometimes you have to give up a basket to stay in the game. And that's what I teach young players. You know, sometimes giving up 2 points is not the end of the world. Depends on the game and the situation, obviously. But giving up 2 points so you can stay on the floor to hopefully create more baskets for your team sometimes is a good call.
That aggressive mentality is something that the girls definitely have, so they usually don't back down from physical contact.
It'll be Dosty, Driscoll, Bogue Marlowe, Goodman, and Smith out there for Coach Hart and the Falcons. And now a 1-3-1 extended half-court zone for Wells. Let's see if Freeport struggles with this or finds the answer. You got to come to the basketball. That's the big thing. And Smith does come, goes in, gets up. She was fouled, no call, but she makes it. Big bucket for the sophomore. 35-31. Ramsdale almost traveled there. And foul from behind on Driscoll. And that'll be 1 away from the bonus for Wells. Good job hustling to knock it away. Ramsdale has some speed. You can see how she could create some offense for herself, even though she hasn't had a great game here today. Oh, what a play. Oh, but then you missed the layup. Smith comes away with a loose ball rebound. Great ball fake, great play design by Coach Abbott and the Warriors. Smith, beautiful pass inside. Driscoll for two. 37-31. Falcons with their second biggest lead here. Foss using her good dribbling skills. Gets it up. Oh, could have had a walk there. Nice take inside. Smith's going to draw the foul. Anya Chase.
We're just giving up the baseline penetration there. I don't know if you want to adjust and force them to come back over the top where you have some help, but you know there's nobody down there to help on a.
Well, that's it. I think the players on top are unaware. They think they're getting help, and the Freeport defense just not there. So Caroline Smith did come over, tried to help, but I liked her defense, just a little too aggressive on the block. Chase makes them both. Big answer for the Warriors, 37-33. Freeport up 4. They find Dostie in the corner, open, got it! That's huge! High arcing shot from Taylor Dostie. Long cross-court pass, Ramsdale with numbers. Oh, offensive again, Ramsdale creating that contact. Bogue Marlowe knew she was going to come hard.
She had the forearm out, ready for her to push right into her.
Again, the officiating has been fairly consistent today, and that's been a foul all day, and that is a foul. You're right. The forearm out and the hard contact into the defender. Big play. Falcons up 6 in the basketball. Can they match their biggest lead of the game here? Goodman for Dostie. Dostie ball fake goes to Smith. Smith inside, looks around. She certainly could try to look for her offense here. Good job by Dostie in not passing as Wells had started to sneak out into the passing lane. Freeport now with a 6-point lead, lots of time. Again, a double team. Ooh. Dostie's going to try again. This one no good. Rebound Schneider. Ooh, Schneider might have stepped out of bounds. The ref was looking up, not down. Her foot when she pivoted. And that's a travel.
As my man Rasheed Wallace says, ball don't lie. Maybe she was out of bounds down there.
Right.
And it's a turnover.
She pivoted away. Her foot was very close to the baseline. Coach Hart and Freeport call a timeout, a full timeout, 60-second timeout, 39-33. And you get a look in on the timeout huddle of the Falcons and a look at their crowd watching down. And this has been a great contest. And the Falcons hoping to prevail and play the winner of the 2-7 seed. Who is Poland playing today? I'm trying to remember. Poland play Spruce Mountain?
Mountain Valley?
Mountain Valley, maybe. Yeah. I got that somewhere in my notes. I find them all. But it's still a little premature. 6 minutes to go. 6-point lead. But we know we play the winner of the 2-7 matchup. We know it's Poland. I'm not finding it yet. Mountain Valley. Poland, Mountain Valley. So that game, I believe, is the next game here this morning.
That game's happening regardless of who wins here. So,
right,
you know.
Exactly. We got games at 10 o'clock, 11:30, 1 o'clock, and 2:30 here this afternoon. It's girls Class B South.
Great atmosphere.
The next round goes to the Civic Center. I'm looking forward to some of those boys games. I'm going to try to get in and see some of those, the Class B South, where you got Great New Gloucester and Wells, and then you got Yarmouth and Cape. Those will be 2 great games. Anybody can win those. They go look for Smith. They don't get her. They find Dostie on the top. Dostie with a good ball fake. She uses the Caroline Smith. Oh, and Freeport turns it over.
Just that little look.
Again,
and Driscoll went for the back door.
They were playing confident and looking for the shot, and all of a sudden they're starting to really tighten up. You got to keep the offense going. Too much basketball to hold it too long. And again, we need Smith and Goodman to look for their offense. Tufts goes off to the side, cuts through. Ramsdale looking. They go inside. Nice pass. Oh, a little bit of a step there, but they allow it. Looked like a travel.
It's a long way to travel with no dribble.
Armando, the freshman, big bucket, pulls him back within 4. Driscoll goes in, gets it for Goodman. Goodman wide open, rattles in and out, loose ball. Smith fights, rebound. Freeport, another look. .445 remaining in the 4th. Again, Freeport really patient, but not sure I love it or not. Over the top, nice pass. Goodman goes up, got it! The hoop and the harm, and she'll go to the free throw line with a chance for a 3-point play. Great pass again by Smith.
Yeah, that lob play they had early in the game is coming back into effect there. And, you know, with when they pack that zone down there, if nobody's helping on the backside, you have a lot of freedom to just kind of lob it in there and let her go get it. You know, the girl that's face guarding her can't see that's what's happening, so it just allows that easy layup. But, you know, she saw that, contested it, and Goodman came through.
When Smith first threw it, I thought she was forcing. I said, oh, no, that's not there. And, well, it was there. Perfectly placed pass. Wasn't a lot of room for it, but she got it. Armando gets it up off the side for Foss. Foss, pass. Oh, almost stolen. Armando, the freshman, drives down in. Nice job. Missed inside. And Armando, geez, she's having a heck of a little surge here in the 4th quarter. She's a player. Freeport, 42-35, extending their lead to 7, but Wells right back down and able to beat the press. Yeah. Oh my, very, very gratuitous bounce there. 42-36, 4:15 to play in the 4th quarter. You're watching Freeport's Educational Channel 14 playoff basketball. Second one rolls out, and Wells in there fighting, but Goodman comes out with it. She pushes the tempo, looking the floor. They go off on the wing for Marlowe. Gosti's had a great second half. Coach Hart inserted her into the lineup. Goodman's going to tee one up. No good. Long rebound. Again, Armando flying through the pack. Look at her speed. She's blowing by everybody.
That is probably a travel.
Oh, travel. Yes. And he could have called 3 seconds, too. After Armando stopped in there, she stood there for another 2 to 3 seconds and certainly could have called that. Big break there for the Falcons as Goodman's shot from outside didn't go down. Freeport leading by 6 in the basketball. Wells will not go away. The chance for a drive there for Smith. She doesn't do it. Freeport being patient with the ball. Again, looks like they could drive the wing there too, and they don't. But Wells staying in their zone defense, and that'll be interesting whether they'll come out of that or not. You want to make sure it's a good shot when you do take it for Freeport, and do not turn the ball over without getting a shot. That's what I worry about. The shot blocked and collected on the out-of-bounds line by Schneider. Doesn't go out of bounds. Bogue Marlowe tried it from the corner. Freeport goes right into the pressure. They say last touch by Freeport. Good job there at getting into their, again, as we said, they can go into their zone press after a turnover or missed shot. It's amazing.
Situational awareness.
And I agreed. You had a great analysis of it's you know, good athletes, intelligent athletes, and good coaching. That's what it takes. And the bomb pass, maybe too much. It is. Wells turns it over. 2:42 to play. Every tick of the clock now crucial. The foul situation, only 5 on Wells, so Freeport will not go to the 1-on-1 on a foul. They have 1 more to give. Wells in the bonus situation on Freeport fouls now. 1-3-1 extended zone pressure. Smith in trouble. Gets it now for Bogue Marlowe. Got to use your dribble and find those corners. They go inside, forced it to Dosty. Not sure why. But again, Freeport gets into their pressure. Almost a steal, and Ramsdale comes up. Nice pass. Schneider, no. Rebound. Driscoll. Driscoll getting hit. Ref's not calling it.
That was aggressive.
Smith thought about it. I would have loved to seen her take that and bury it. Under 2 minutes. Wells, more gone to the man-to-man. And here's a chance for your drive, although Schneider's staying home to help protect. Kind of that rim protector inside. She has to come out and cover Driscoll. Into Smith. Got it!
Perfect.
Driscoll to Smith. That's huge. The lead is now 8. They got to try to keep them off the board right away. Nice cross pass. Lost momentarily. Schneider kicks it out. 3 ball. They contest it. Comes up short. Wells inside. Goodman somehow comes out with it. Now they'll milk the clock. Wells will have to foul. Refs, though, don't want to call the fouls.
It was pretty.
We're down to 1:05 to play. Bogue Marlowe, nice job.
Caroline Smith's hands here.
Yeah, she wants to be the one fouled. Ooh, not sure about this. Coach Hart using the timeout.
Well, I'm sure he's going to rally the troops and say, hey, time, scoring time and clock, and, you know, get into our good free throw.
It'll be interesting.
Hands.
Hopefully the Falcons, you know, they've struggled to get the ball in out of bounds. So that's what I don't like. You call a timeout, you got to inbound the ball. The other thing is you got to tell your players, too, to be ready for the contact. Still only 5 fouls on Wells. I'm surprised they didn't foul sooner because they have to foul and foul again to put Freeport on the line. And that'll use a lot of clock. And they need at least 3 possessions now. They're down 3 possessions with 3 3-pointers. They could take the lead if that were to transpire. But certainly the cards in Freeport's favor here now, and Wells really has to work their tail off and come up with something defensively. Hopefully Coach Hart has a good out-of-bounds play here and has something drawn up where they can get the ball in and maybe get a bucket right off the inbounds play, or if not, at least spread the floor, use the clock, and force Wells to foul you.
Absolutely.
And as you said,
we're going to definitely see the man, I would imagine. If they come out in the zone, then, I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Well, it's been a great game to start off our full day of basketball here at the Portland Expo. Class B South girls. Number 3, Freeport, leading by 8 over number 6, Wells. 44-36. It has been a battle all morning long.
And here's Rinaldi.
They are spreading the floor big here, but they're way away from each other. I don't know where the screens are going to come from. Somebody's going to have to get open. And they do. They get Driscoll open. Back to Smith. Nicely done without any trouble. Wells, though, didn't offer up a lot of. Oh, and there it is. The steal and back court. She stepped over and went back. They don't call it. Wow. Smith had her pocket picked. They wanted her the ball, but again, at this point with a foul to give, it doesn't have to be in her hands. It can be in anyone's hands because it's the next one. And now Wells used the timeout. 38.9. Crazy. I'm really surprised. Again,
Speechless.
You had said, and we know that, she's the best free throw shooter on the team. You want the ball in her hands, but with only, actually they did give a foul. There's 6 up there on board. I thought there was only 5, so, okay. But Smith got a little lackadaisical with the ball there and a nice steal, and then they missed the backcourt. She stepped over with a foot, put a foot down, the ball was in her hand, and then she went back and dribbled back into the backcourt. Pretty sure that's backcourt. I've been explaining a lot of different ways of backcourt being interpreted in my long coaching career. You'd think I'd know, but when the refs call it one way and then another way, I mean, that ball comes into the front court, it's backcourt. But Wells with the ball, down 8, 38.9, and Freeport now just has to protect the 3-point line well, but not give up a quick 2 either. And they go up over the top. They get Schneider. There's the quick 2. And a quick timeout by Coach Abbott. And again, Freeport falling asleep. A good out-of-bounds play there. Well. It's a 2-possession game just like that, and we only lost a second and a half off the clock. 36.1 to play. And now, again, it will come down to fouls. And can you get it in Smith's hand? And can she make the free throws?
Wells has been really really good with the pretty quick hands today. So I think that'll come into play here too, because
right, we've seen them steal the ball without fouling. They've been able to pick. Goodman got picked and Smith just got picked. Their two best ball handlers have been picked. And again, it'll be interesting. Yep, Schneider will come guard the person taking the ball out of bounds. She's got the size, full court. This is what I like to see, the come all the way up and go long. She's gonna, and Rinaldi's got to track it down. Can she? No, oh my. And now it gets interesting. That used
typically that
about
deep
a second.
Pass is going to be your
it's going to be you lead her to the basket too. Don't lead her away from the basket, and they led her away from the basket. That's the mistake. Oh my, blocking foul! Holy moly, that was a very, very suspicious call. She threw her body completely into the defender, and it'll be Foss at the free throw line, a 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul. Next one will be a double bonus. So this isn't going to end easily. 28.1 seconds left. But a big 1-and-1 here for Foss. And she drains it. That's clutch. She's had a great game. Not to second guess Coach Hart. But that timeout, since then, it's been 4-0 and almost another steal.
Schneider's getting close to reaching up over the plane there.
Right, and they call that. They watch that really well. Still struggling to get it in. They find Smith. Smith gets fouled. But, again, that's what Coach Abbott wants now. Free throws are going to decide here, and Caroline Smith has to make them. If she doesn't, still a ton of time and only down 4 points. This game a long way from over. Doesn't go in. The rebound, Wells. Wells quickly up the floor. They go underneath, and now it's a 2-point game. And Coach Abbott will call a timeout. 17 seconds left. Well.
They had a little miscalculation there.
Yeah.
They put the points.
Wells fans were freaking out. It's a 2-point game. But again, since that timeout, they were up 8 and had the ball with a minute left, and they had the ball dribbling around and using clock. Not that, Coach Hart is a great coach. I have nothing but respect for him, and he's done a great job. But I was very curious if that was going to work in his favor or not, because that's one of the things you don't want to do. They did get the ball in easily, but you remember 3 seconds later, Carolyn Smith gets the ball picked, and everything has now gone Wells' way. Freeport now has to do something. They got to get the ball in, and they got to make a couple of free throws. And again, one free throw only puts them up 3, and Wells has a chance. Plenty of time. I mean, as you see,
huge momentum shift.
Yeah. Crowd on their feet, both teams. They get it in for Goodman. Goodman gets fouled, luckily, almost a jump ball, and the possession arrow is in Wells' favor. So, very, very close. Again, another second and a half. Each possession is a second. Wells doing a great job at getting that clock to stop right away. I'd like to see what timeouts left. Both teams have 1 now, so Coach Abbott still has a timeout. I feel like he's used about 8, but sometimes it feels that way. Both teams using their full array. Bogue Marlowe comes in for Rinaldi to, again, Goodman the senior, and a 1-on-1 situation. No. Oh my. Now a 3 could win it. Stolen! Bogue Marlowe trying to go. No! They called the foul out on top. Oh my. I can't believe they called that foul.
It was very.
She was reaching for it, trying to grab her, but it didn't look like she got her. But that, if anything, that should be a intentional foul. Very questionable here. 7.4 seconds, still too much time on that clock, and Again, you make them both, it's a done deal. But if she makes one or two or doesn't make, it's still Wells plenty of chance. Both free throws have rattled out. Oh, yes.
That is huge.
Bogue Marlowe, huge. All right, overtime still not out of the realm here. The senior got them both. Oh, is that clutch? Now you just don't foul. Ball loose. Freeport's got it. Ball game. Falcons.
That was the longest.
Moving on. Yeah, that was a long 7 seconds. And boy, what an unpredictable hero in Joanna Bogue Marlowe. Not that she didn't play well today, she did. But that steal, 2 clutch free throws, and then she took the body there. I mean, that's what having a lot of seniors does for you, that any player could step up.
Joanna was 3 for 8 on the season for foul shots. So 2 for 4 today.
Wow.
So that was the key. I didn't want to say anything and jinx it then, but
certainly not. What a ball game.
All the seniors stepping up big time.
Hey, hats off to Wells. Coach Abbott, like I said, coached against him for years. Respect him a lot. They are a scrappy bunch of kids. They played terrific today. And again, down 8 points with a minute to go, and they made this kind of wild comeback. Pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
And Coach Hart, glad it worked out, because you would have had to answer a little bit to me on that one. But a great morning of basketball. The Falcons are moving on. 1 o'clock game Thursday. We can't show this until after Thursday. We got a 72-hour MPA ruling that we can't show the broadcast until, so this won't show till Friday. But hopefully we'll be there again on Thursday. We have to find a cameraman. Ben is bailing on us, Mr. Greer. He's pulling out.
Unbelievable.
Unreal, huh? Well, thank you to Ben Berry, though. He's done 2 games for us, senior. And again, I don't offer big pay. I don't know what I can do for you. I'll work out some kind of deal. Mr. Greer, hopefully we'll do another game. Great morning of basketball. The Falcons hang on and win by 4 from Portland. I'm Jay Harper saying so long for Matt Greer and Ben Berry. We'll see you again.
Let me take a selfie.